Hi guys, I'm Jake from Clicker Productions, and I'm joined by the cast and the director of Unsorted. Would you all like to introduce yourselves?
Yeah. Hello, I am Maddie Tucker. I am playing Swimsuit in the show Splash.
Hi, I'm Tara Daniel. I'm the director of Unsorted.
Hi, I'm Opal. I'm playing Skirt in the show.
Hi, my name is Michaela Innes. I'll be playing Slack. My pronouns are she, they. Hi, I'm Maddie. I'm playing Steph Pipe in the show.
Hi, I'm Jordan Stack. I'm playing Sweater. Over to you, Art.
I'm Artemis, and I am very late, but also playing Jacket in the show.
Awesome. All right. Well, firstly, I want to ask a bit about how the project came together. This is my understanding that this is the Australian premiere of Unsorted, if that's correct.
Yes. So the play is by a US playwright, Wesley Middleton, who wrote the show back in 2014. It was then developed, and we've been in conversation since the marriage equality debate in Australia a few years ago. So I've been talking to Wes for quite some time. And yes, this will be the Australian premiere of the work.
In the playful mixity world of the Clothings, the militant Jacket is in charge and thinks everyone should be sorted into distinctly defined groups. The problem is, no one knows where to start. Skirt, stovepipe, sweater, slacks, and swimsuit are all friends who want to play together, but if they don't sort themselves out and separate according to Jacket's rules, they'll all be banished. Can the Clothing sort themselves out in time?
So the show sees creatures called Clothings as they try to sort themselves out. So as mentioned, there's Jacket, there's Skirt, the Slacks, the Sweater. So the whole clan's there. Can you tell me a bit about the Clothings and their place in the show?
Who would like to field this? Opal?
Yeah, sure. I play Skirt, and Skirt is bossy and a little moody, and just loves to be silly and loves to play, but also likes to be the boss and be in charge. So it's very fun because they're flouncy, stompy, and cloppety.
Slacks is just happy to be here. They are very itchy. They love to travel. They love to explore new places and people and things. But most of all, they just want to hang out with Sweater.
That's me.
I'll skip past you, Maddie.
That's okay.
Yeah, so Sweater is just a ball of fun, really. Sweater just wants to run around and play, and doesn't really know a lot about what's going on. You know, there's a lot of conflict in the play about, you know, being sorted into categories or, you know, doing your own thing. And Sweater is very much always just in their own little world, doing their own little thing.
Okay. Stovepipe just wants to do the right thing by Jacket, the right thing by everyone. It wants to protect and help like everyone. And sometimes it's a bit tricky to do and a bit tricky to know what's right. And yeah, that's Stovepipe.
And Swimsuit just loves swirly dancing and splashing and having fun with everyone, playing games. Bit like Sweater doesn't really know what's going on, but is along for the ride.
And then Jacket's in charge. So it's actually
Jacket. Jacket is in charge. Jacket is very much unlike the disorganized Artemis. Jacket loves order and everything to be perfect, and all these clothings that are mixity and all over the place. Jacket is not a fan of that. No.
Ever. No.
So.
Awesome. So I want to ask, it's actually a good segue into who would you say is most like their character in the show?
Gosh. Yeah, let's can we all just like close our eyes? Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3. I think the good thing is that there's like parts of each character that each of us can kind of recognize, and that's the whole idea of the clothing. That everything and anything all mixed into one, with some stronger personalities in some, and then other more fun parts in others. But they're so recognizable, even though they're clothings. Like they're so recognizable for those like human traits that we all have.
I feel like there's so much human heart wrapped up in a whole lot of absurd objects, like clothing, which is nice.
Yeah.
For sure. And I got that sense because I got a sense that different people were pointing at different people as well. There wasn't a clear answer.
Oh, that's so interesting.
With that, I want to ask who is probably the least like their character?
Art?
Probably
Sure,
Art.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jacket is
Yeah.
very much a kind of a militant dictator. And yeah, Artie's not like that in real life.
Artie's a bean.
Yeah. Jacket's scary.
So scary.
I'm sure you're all probably happy about that. Cool. All right. And last for these individual questions, I want to ask who has the best costume?
We don't know yet. The costumes are still in development. So
But based on like ideas, stovepipes, freaking amazing.
But maybe one of the least practical.
Yes.
We don't know. Whether I can move, we'll find out.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
and Jordan, who's playing Sweater, is also going to work with arm stilts. So that character is going to have, they're not meant to look human. So
My wingspan is like 10 meters.
This isn't even my final thought.
But yeah, all of the it's almost like if you told I like to imagine at least, a 3-year-old to draw these clothings come to life, what they would amalgamate to. They're not just, it's not just a sweater that moves. It's like this creature that's built from sweaters, and same for the rest of the clothing. So they're quite unique in the way that they've been brought together.
Right. It sounds very inventive and excuse me, still in the process, which is very exciting. So I want to move on from that quickly. We are having conversations about ascribing gender stereotypes these days to certain clothings and the clothes that we wear. I want to ask, will the clothings have something to say about this?
Well, we don't want to spoil the ending, but yes, the clothings are variously asked to sort according to colour, size and shape, and then these other categories that are described as zing, zing and zum in the script, but they lean into ideas that we have around masculine and feminine stereotypes. And so, things like pink are referenced, and different clothing items that might be more traditionally seen as being either masculine or feminine is very much questioned.
And we all know how boring that is. And so I think the clothings just react how the world is acting at the moment to that.
Yeah, I don't want to contribute to spoiling the ending. So I think we'll stick with that little tease. I like that. So speaking of not giving away things, I want to ask, what is maybe your favorite dialogue? Or your favorite line of dialogue, I should say.
My favorite lines are spoilers.
My favourite line is big fat belts.
And feathery plumage.
Oh, actually, this one's not spoilery. Red silk, the one where I run over to you.
Fuzzy
Silky red! Yeah.
Yeah. I think Art has the majority of the line.
Mixity mess.
Yeah.
Yes, never the deep, dark, deserty edge. Never.
Yeah.
Never.
No.
My favorite thing about
Never.
in Unsorted is it's so like removed from normal speech pattern. So it's really easy to look at that and be like, oh, they're trying to say something, but they don't know how to communicate it, which is a really interesting way to explore like the clothing's journey and what they're trying to grapple with and what Jacket is trying to enforce. That's cool.
Yeah, awesome.
And it doesn't dumb down language either, so it uses quite complex language, which I think is really good for children to be encouraged to find out meanings of new words that they might not know. It's also quite playful, so there's made up words in it.
So many made up words.
And there's a lot of alliteration, so it's quite, it does, you know, it has a pleasant sound about it.
Yeah, so there's a healthy mix of it. Yeah. So what were you going to say?
I was just, the language, even though it's quite different from the way that, you know, we speak as humans, and some of the structure is simplified in some senses, but it's very purposeful and very suited to the world. So it's not just it's a dumbing down. It's a reimagining of what language is suited to these characters in this world. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. So the show is described as a fantastical theatre show for children and families about expressing identity and feeling connected with others. So with this in mind, I wanted to ask how much consideration was made in regards to finding a group of gender diverse and neurodiverse people to put the show together.
I'll do this one because I cast it. So I approached several individuals prior to starting the casting, and then I did do open casting as well. I was quite upfront that because the show does focus on gender diversity without explicitly being really didactic or preachy. I was open about the fact that it's a show in Midsummer Festival, so we wanted to have LGBTIQ+ representation. And then opened it up and really just looked at people's different skill sets. It's a very physical work, so also needed people who were, really good movers and really interesting movers. And again, having a range. So yes, open, but also some selection, some pre-selection happened as well.
For sure. And this actually quite segues nicely into my next question. So what sort of person is going to love this show?
Everyone.
Every person.
Every mixity person.
Yeah, I think anyone who's ever felt mixity or felt like it's just obviously it's for kids, so kids are gonna love it. But I think that also like socially conscious adults as well are gonna be able to pick up on the like deeper themes and be able to kind of hopefully feel proud that it's a show that is for young people and is for their kids. All their friends' kids.
And my favorite thing about the show is it allows kids to see themselves on stage no matter how they identify and if they're coming to terms with being part of the LGBTQIA+ community. And I think if there were shows like this out there for when I was a kiddo, it would have taken a lot less longer to figure myself out. So I'm really, really excited to be a part of something like that.
For sure. I think that's a really exciting aspect. So I want to ask, when and where can you see Unsorted?
It's here at the Bluestone Church space in Footscray, and it's pre-Midsummer and during Midsummer. So it's in the weekends of the school holidays and also the first weekend of the Midsummer Festival in April. So April 10, 11, 17, 18 and 23, 24. And we're doing 2 shows a day with chats with the cast after the 1 p.m. shows.
So put it in your diary.
Yeah, come see it.
Put it in your diary. Exactly. Well, you can now support Unsorted's Kickstarter page and help the team reach their goal before the 25th of March. Alternatively, you can go to their try booking donation page where every donation you make counts, even if the goal isn't reached. Thank you so much for having me and letting me talk to you about Unsorted. It's very exciting.
Thank you.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
Bye.